Hey y'all, this is Anna Alexander. Welcome back to the bedroom as we are returning to the high seas of Black Sails. This is season 3, episode 6. I believe, I don't know where I am anymore. There's too much good television out right now. Where did we leave off? Okay, right. So, Flint has entered into an agreement with Mr. Scott's wife, the Maroons, about basically gathering supplies for them. In return, they're gonna stage a rebellion against the British on Nassau. I think that's what happened. Eleanor and Woods are feeling things. Not surprised. Complication. Miss Listening at the door was listening for the Spanish, who wants all of their gold. All of the gold. Even the stuff nobody can account for, especially stuff that Max and Jack and Anne have exchanged for things. And Jack's going back because he wants to clear his name. Jack. Okay, so I'm ready to dive back into it, and I'm so glad that you are all here with me for this adventure. So as we get under the big, cozy, comfy blanket, apparently we're having a bomb cyclone hit the Northwest. But also, you can hit subscribe because that greatly helps out the channel if you have not done so already. And if you want to, you can watch the whole episode with me on Patreon, where I would love to see you. So I have my strawberry bubbly lemonade. I have all of you, and we're going to get to it.
What happens now? Now we go find Charles Vane.
Oh yeah, Vane and Teach are off in the hootenannies, the wilds of whatever. Oh wait, are they preparing him for burial? Nope, he's still breathing. John was expected
when you
to
said
be
that
there.
you'd be staying behind to solidify our new compact,
Ooh.
I assumed that meant something.
He's staying behind.
For you to be seen as uninterested in what is happening for my father now, that is not going to help convince anyone here that you were serious about desiring their friendship.
He's ill. He can't walk. Oh no.
It'll pass.
It'll pass? Maybe you need to be part of that healing ceremony there, John. So after all that has happened on this ship, the Walrus, and everything that's happened on previous ships and whatnot, how do you get more crew? And this looked like way more crew than what was on the island. Oh, these are new guys. These are new guys. Okay.
His lashing came undone. I fucking showed it to him 10 minutes ago. Someone could have been killed.
That could still happen.
And you showed him incorrectly. If he tied it wrong, then you instructed him wrong. We persuaded them that they need us. We most certainly need them. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So how exactly do you see this working?
Good question.
They have their orders. As long as we hold our end of the bargain, they'll hold.
Now you're talking about a war meant to be won. You convinced them. Convinced Scott. Even Silver.
But not you. Everyone's wrong but you.
That is a way to look at it.
Captain! Mass!
Oh, so we've got Zales. Who now? Okay, I know they're trying to go after Teach, so hopefully it's Teach.
Teacher's lair. A few hours' time. There's a good chance you're gonna look awfully smart.
Toby Stevens does not appear as if he is a small man. However, Tom Hopper must be a giant. Here's Vane looking bored as hell. I'm taking this is not a wife.
So,
When are you going to tell me what he's doing here? I remember when he had forced you from Nassau. I remember how angry you were, how disappointed. And I remember you telling me that you'd never make the same mistake again.
Things are different now.
Different how?
Doesn't need to last long.
Oh.
Charles doesn't know, does he?
Well, they all came over.
Then how did this happen? How does an honest chambermaid end up in the employ of the Spanish Empire?
Yeah, that was my question. What's, besides money, what was in it for her?
A few days after I declined their offer, I came home late from the governor's service to find my children long since fast asleep. The man who had approached me, Grandel, was there. In his left hand a knife, in his right a purse.
Ah, okay.
I had the instinct once or twice. The way she'd been watching me of late. I dismissed it. Assumed it related to some concern over my relationship with you, and it's becoming inappropriate.
Dumbass strolled into town not knowing what was going to befall him.
Hold still.
Oh, Jesus, this is looking respectable.
What the fuck are you doing here? It's a cravat. It's what respectable men wear. You're supposed to be long gone by now. Why'd you come back?
Because I'm a dumbass.
Thought as an added prize, I'd at least be able to see it for myself. The new governor. The streets are swept. Industry is in fashion. You're dressed like a Turkish whore, and all because a man arrived. Stood on a beach and said, please.
Your legal name?
John Rackham.
What?
Our Lord Governor would like a word with you.
I cannot feel weak. I cannot be weak. Keeping my men in line,
But,
seeing to their needs.
John,
And the only way that endures is if I look the part. And I cannot look the part while being poked and prodded, or while drooling through an opium haze saying who the fuck knows what.
instead I'll look strong by looking at like I'm at death's door and possibly dying. Pirate medical logic.
The crown is always a burden, but it cannot be borne if you cannot stand.
Very aptly put.
Nearly dismasted in a
They
store.
put all that furniture. Was that furniture on the beach permanently?
Now, England may hold the island, but it still needs supplies brought in. It is still dependent upon trade. We will make that impossible for him.
It was past its time. But you cannot see this. Only makes it clearer to me that you never even knew it in the first place. This fleet is all that remains of it. And as long as it's mine, Nassau shall remain in its past.
It isn't yours.
Ooh.
Those ships, their commanders and crews, they were pledged to my command, not yours. Oaths were taken, and I have come to see them honored.
Just step aside and let you make that claim.
I honestly don't give a shit what you would or would not do.
No, he does not. Have you not heard the story of what he has been through?
Had I been there, we would have mounted the defense that we'd agreed to mount.
Had you been there, you would have seen their faces. The ones who laid their arms down and turned their backs on us.
Mm-hmm.
Nassau is dead. And I see no reason to change that.
He delivers a very good point.
You wish to leave this place, I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
I don't think you have any intention of leaving.
No, I don't.
There's only one way I know of to resolve that. Pistols, then swords.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we saw that coming. Mm-hmm.
I know you. Some. I read your book.
He did.
I confess I may not quite have soldiered through to the end, but you know, I got the gist of it. Wealthy son of a wealthy man takes to the sea, proves something to the parents, presumably. Seeks adventure, finds the limits of his own capacity, loses everything in the process, and then stumbles upon a hell of a story in the process. So, congratulations on all that.
Wow.
I'm hopeful that you'll understand why it is I brought you here today, and what it is I'm about to ask of you.
Or demand of you.
I know you removed a significant amount of gold from the fort. I know it is in your possession, and I need you to give it up. Or we're all dead.
Well, that's a way to put it, sir.
You can't win.
Can he now? I think he might.
I hear you spent weeks becalmed. At your bastard would have been a dogfight, but diminished.
I'm not that diminished.
Yeah.
I gave you my word. Shook your hand. But my pledge to him began a long time before I ever knew your name.
Mm-hmm.
What I owe him.
I don't care. They took my home. I can't walk away from that. Can you?
Well, he was going to.
The only question that matters is this. Who are you?
He's Charles Vane. He's Charles Vane.
For I assure you, if Spain invades over this, yours will be the first face they see.
Because you're not going to be allowed to leave, sir. At least not unescorted.
My advice? You want some say in how they speak of you? Write a book.
Does Jack Rackham write a book? Is that how we know so much about him? Or how you all know about him? Yeah, I think that made a sentence.
He's agreed to cooperate. Instructions written in his hand to his partner to return to Nassau. He said she may be wary. Asked there be only one messenger to deliver the letter. Give this to Lieutenant Hersey, have him prepared to depart for the interior.
Oh, he's gonna die.
I understand Jack was arrested today. I would like to know why.
Because you're next, Pumpkin. I don't think I would trust anyone else to load my pistols for me.
When your men entreated me to join your crew, they said your captain was a man worth following. But right now, I can't tell which side of this contest you prefer to see prevail.
Mm-hmm.
Can you help me make sense of that?
Well, it started with a storm as we went
days ago, I could make sense of all of it.
after the Orca de Lima.
Part of the reason I've been able to stand by his side is that I wanted to make sure I've got a good view of the moment that the world finally catches up to him.
Wow. That is petty as fuck. And you had the guy that you not yelled at, but you said didn't teach the new guys how to do the thing to load your gun. Yeah, again, I think I'm making sense. However,
Cock your pistols!
I would not be that on the... I'd step back.
Three!
That cannot have been it. That cannot have been it. Did that just make him angry? Oh. Yep, you're fighting some more, sir. Okay. Oh, that's a bad wound. That's a bad wound. That's gonna sting, and the sand, and the salt, and the sweat, and the ugh. Better be left-handed. Okay. What? What? Now? You would have let him lay there if he had been shot and die, but you jump in. This wasn't a conversation you could have had 10 minutes ago.
Take him. Get the fuck off my beach.
Wow.
If you won't take the opium, at least take this to bite down on.
Just do it.
Well, maybe your screams won't be as loud, sir, if you want to keep up face. This is great special effects, by the way. Oh, poor lad, you're going to be shot right off your horse.
I know this cannot have been easy for you, but I wanted you to know that the end of this may not quite be what you think it is. When Anne receives your letter and returns here with what remains of the cash, Nassau will be secured, and everyone will know that it is because of Jack Rackham that it occurred.
And you think the story of it will be told long after I'm gone?
I know it will. I will make sure of it.
Sounds a lifeless story to me. The current story unfolds, I assure you, is going to get around all on its own.
What did he write in that letter?
I walked into this place today stunned at how quickly that man downstairs had completed his conquest. The conquest is an either-or proposition. Either you have it or you do not. It would appear that without that cash, he most certainly does not.
What did you write in that letter?
Sent word to Anne to take the cash and disappear. You don't think I can convey a thought to Anne, comprehensible only to her, a thought as simple as run? A thought here or two between the lines, I assure you she understood. I will deny him the cash, and so I will deny him the victory.
But you will...
And in doing so, I will ensure that whatever Nassau is come Christmas, English will be not it. Yeah. You sent this lad to his death.
Do not do this.
Too late. So they're all gonna die by the speen. Right.
Rogers will understand his defeat to be ultimately inevitable and leave this place, in which case I'll have it back.
That's not gonna happen.
He'll stubbornly refuse. And eventually Spain will raise this place to the ground. The English flag will burn. And a second pirate republic will be born from the ashes of the first. Only this time, every man who calls it home will know it came about because of me.
His ego is crazy pants. There could have been another way, right?
I see what you see in them, Silver and Flint. But their relationship is so volatile.
They are peerless when it comes to shaping the world to their will, creating a narrative and wielding it to
men's hearts and minds.
Yeah, he mentioned that last season, watching John tell that story he'd heard before.
But if their identity lies in their stories, I wanted you to know them so that when we are ready to call them enemies, you will be ready for it. So to manage our current partners, we must ensure that we all agree at all times who our common villain is.
He was prepared. Wow. Wow.
Because if I find that money only to lose the street...
You will not. If you have me, then you have the street. I am all the reassurance they need.
For now, Max, wow.
I have sacrificed too much to build something here. I will not let them take it away.
Okay, Charles, what's your plan?
All he ever did was offer me his friendship. I cast him aside once. Spent years regretting it. Tell me I didn't do it for nothing.
We have assets. The question is what we make of them.
I may be able to help in that regard. Something to add to our pool of assets.
Which is?
Before Ocracoke, we came upon a prize. A Spanish prize. Ferrying a significant trove of intelligence.
Right.
Information about what?
The music's picking it.
A cache of gems, for which Spain is holding the new governor accountable. The only question is, can we find it before he does?
That's the thing about the show that always has been, is the politics, the chess playing, the maneuvering. And the fact that one guy and his desperation to be remembered for something grand could just bring it all down. That's when you throw in the chaos monster into your well-laid plans. The chaos monster. Ah. Is this the last we see of Teach? I would be stunned if it is. So if I got this straight, he came back for Charles. He wanted an heir of some type. That was it, right? That was it. And then Charles, instead of saying, I want to go back to Nassau. Nassau is my home. I will fight for it. Now the missing player is back. And Teach is not. And then they had the thing and the hoot nanny and the stabs. Couldn't have had that conversation earlier. I feel as if I'm missing something, but I'm not sure what. And I don't know if Mr. Scott's gonna live. That man does not look well at all. There's 2 races to find Anne, because they don't know. Vane and Flint don't know Jack essentially did what he did, and they don't know that Max is in with Woods, because she's just on whoever side's going to protect Nassau. And they don't know that Anne's loosey-goosey with their half of the money. Third. So it's a race to find that money first. And the race to beat Spain to the island. And set up some sort of a defense. Because Spain's coming no matter what. That's where we're at. Oh, so complicated. Yet simple, but complicated. There we go, though. Episode 6. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. Do not be a stranger. Hit subscribe so you know when the next video drops. And until next time, this is your reminder to go eat something substantial. Take your medicine do your ointments, take care of your bodies, and then come back and watch the next video in the queue. So thanks again, y'all, and until next time.